And we're live! Hello and welcome back to the INVICTUS stream. My name, as always, is Mr. Harlan Guthrie, and I am here tonight once again with the lovely and talented fixing her hair herself, Jo Fallak!
Bag rat.
Ooh! The first bag rat. And we're, of course, joined by one of my favorite people, Mr. Gary Furlong. And returning champion is back for another round in the pit. We have Mr. Justin Thomas James.
Yeah.
Tricky with a sweater on, isn't it?
See,
I love
making
that.
Sick noises.
And ladies and gentlemen, we are back tonight with your favorite game of all time, the Bag Rat of Wolf Mountain. Yeah! That's right.
Great times.
You requested
Great
it.
times.
I had people begging and begging. They were banging on the door and they said, "We want Bag Rat." And I said, "Okay." and we dug deep and we thought, which one are we going to do? And we decided on Wolf Mountain. And if you're confused, you should be, because none of what I said makes sense and the title itself makes no sense. But we're going to have fun anyway.
Last night when I was putting Harlan to bed, he was like, "Want to know a secret at the game tomorrow?" It's like, "Yeah, for sure." And he's like, come here, closer, closer. I don't know what a bag rat is.
But we're going to find out today. That's how we do things on the INVICTUS stream. If you're watching this, make sure you like the video. You don't even know what you're liking yet.
Do it!
Just do it
now.
Do it, coward.
Don't
Do the
delay.
math.
But we got a new episode of Dice Shame out tomorrow. Our good friend James couldn't be here today, unfortunately.
Love you, James.
He's feeling a little under the weather. But he's got a new episode of Dimension Door, I believe Severed Fate, out
I believe that's right.
today, so you can check that out. New episode of Malevolent came out last week, so you can check that out as well. A lot of people were enjoying that. And again, if you like what we do, if you like Malevolent, or if you just like helping others, join the Patreon today. The link is in the description of this video that you've just liked because you promised you would. Oh, see, they all agree. Be patrons like that. Yeah, how's everyone's day? Week so far?
Pretty good.
We're supposed to get a big snowstorm.
I
It's
know.
So are we.
Is it
tomorrow.
snowing yet, Harlan?
Gary, you as
We
well.
actually-
You are welcome to the snowstorm too.
We need to keep an eye on that, actually, because I have
I
to
say we'll
leave.
get-
I
I think
drive
you'll
out
get a
in this-
snowstorm. I don't think we're going to get a snowstorm. We'll get snow, and Texans will be like, there's the gosh darn snowstorm out there.
In the world!
Well, but I could see the snow. It was
Try to shoot the snow.
a film on the road. Yeah. Boys, get the guns. We ain't letting this happen on our soil.
My version of Texans is just Yosemite Sam. All of them are Yosemite Sam.
Yeehaw! They're
Although
all
that's a
cowboys.
pretty dated reference, eh?
Yosemite Sam?
Yeah, not many people know who Yosemite Sam
That's true.
is anymore.
He's not around a lot, is he?
I don't think so.
Whatever happened to Yosemite
Whatever.
Sam?
That's going to be next week's
Shot himself.
game.
That's a good game.
Whatever happened to Yosemite Sam?
Whatever happened
No,
to
but
Yosemite Sam?
It's a drama.
I just think cartoons are less prevalent as they were. You know what I mean? I think the idea of the Saturday morning cartoon is kind of gone.
No, it's
Because you
just
can watch
that
them whenever you
person.
want
Yeah.
on your phone at night.
And I think
Stupid
kids,
young people.
kids programming is, I don't know, changed a lot. I don't know.
Yeah. Animation's got a lot better.
Animation's got a lot better. Shout out to Carly.
Thank you
What's
for all
the
your hard work,
90s
Carly.
X-Men or 90s Spider-Man? Shit,
Yeah.
look, I love that stuff, but it is janky to
It's
watch
janky.
sometimes.
It's awesome to watch. It's a
Sometimes the
very-
scale is all fucked up.
Yeah, I like it.
It's huge. It's kind of the same
Giant
size as me.
hands. It's perfect. Giant hands and tiny little foreheads and all that kind of shit.
One
I mean,
frame per second.
Let's be real though, the proportions of Yosemite Sam himself ain't
Questionable.
ain't the most.
Yeah, if you could have eyebrow, like he is mostly eyebrows and mustache.
Nose
Yeah.
bigger than
And
a
nose.
foot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's well. That's it. He literally. I said, oh, to have a forehead, and Yosemite Sam literally. I believe he's just eyebrow hat. I don't even think he has a forehead. I mean, you can't really tell
Yeah.
because he's jumping around like an asshole. But,
He is.
But trust me.
That's how he does it, though.
That's how he does it. That's all he does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's
his
not really
charm.
a culturally sensitive depiction anymore, is
There
he?
are few who are
Just firing
from
guns.
that era.
I love that thinking too, right? It's like, let's get a Texan just fucking firing guns all the time. Just like bam, 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 bam.
Mustache out to here.
Mustache out to here. Not the Sam Elliott one. That's what our kids need.
Yeah.
More of that.
Love
Anyway,
Sam
yeah.
Elliott, man.
Looney Tunes relevance kind of gone down. But anyway, yeah, snowstorm. Are you preparing for it, Justin?
I got my skis in my car.
Nice.
So
Cross-country
jealous.
skis. Ready
You
to
went
go.
Went
cross-country
cross-country skiing
skiing
this weekend. How was it?
Yes. It was really nice. It was really nice. It was cold, minus 25 last weekend. But
Oh
do it.
man,
I'll
my,
do it.
My
Celsius.
partner and my parents,
Yeah.
my mom and Randy, we all went out and we were slipping and sliding all over the place like a bunch of baby deers, and it was all real nice.
It's adorable.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
man.
I like going down just a slight slope on cross-country skis because you're like, oh, fuck, the whole time.
Well, we did one of the groomed trails, and
So nice.
They're so nice, but they're also very slippery, and you don't like. There was one point where
Like
Nikki-
powder slippery or ice slippery?
ice slippery, like they're
Oh.
like well packed down, and there was this one part where there's this sharp 90-degree turn
Oh.
onto this little like meter wide bridge. And luckily the snow here right now is currently, or was, like 30 centimeters deep. Like it was pretty deep.
Like a foot, pretty much.
Yeah. And my partner had the turn and wasn't able to make it. Skis got caught.
Did she bite it?
She just like, it was so funny because you could see her fighting. She's like trying, and then she's like 45 degrees, and she's just like, no, this isn't happening. And she kind of does
Good.
this
Yeah.
cocooning,
Got to keep an eye on
she-
your skis.
and she was.
I was
fine.
gonna
The-
say,
the
did she
snow-
lose the ski?
Almost lost a ski pole, but
Oh, no.
but we found it. In the
Oh man.
Hijinks.
Whee!
I lost
Sliding
skis
off
on
the
a
woods.
Black Diamonds course once, and I couldn't get back up to get it. So one of my friends had to like come down, get the ski, come down to me with the ski, me put the ski back on, and fell straight away. I was not ready for that slope.
And I've never been skiing, so I can't
so
have
much
any
fun.
stories here, but yeah.
Once the
You don't
learning
like
is
to go
done,
fast?
it's easy to go fast.
Is it?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
stopping
yes.
is the hard part.
It's stopping. Stuff.
Genuinely fear for your life sometimes. You're like, who should I guess that? Fuck.
That's exciting.
People
though.
break limbs all the time skiing.
Literally all the time. It's the best thing to do.
Yeah,
to
it's
break
awesome.
You should try it, Harlan.
I will. If I ever need to break a limb.
If you ever
no,
need-
I will ski. No, I think I've been to like a ski hill once or twice.
You've seen skiing.
I think I know what it looks like. That's the thing with the hat, and it's got like
Yeah.
webbing on
That's
it.
right.
And,
Yeah.
There's
Exactly.
like a large pole, and you sort of stab the things
Skiing
with it.
is known for its
then you eat it.
webbing.
Yeah. I remember
be-
because it's really expensive, and rich people do it a lot, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And it's usually at night.
Yep.
And it's usually, I think, the Mariana Trench. How do you say it?
Marina.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's Marina
Marina.
Syndergather
That's
Trench.
right.
Yes, you know, it would be funny if someone learned how to ski based on the Olympics. Because then they would assume that skiing involves stopping every now and then, pulling a rifle off of your back, shooting something.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, what's that
yeah.
called? Not triathlon, but like it's a
Decathlon? Is it decathlon?
Yeah, I think so.
decathlon.
It's called ski shoot.
It's called the shooty ski. It's
Whiskey
called
shoot.
Texan Winter. See how we did that? Brought it full circle.
I love you.
Beauty.
Anyway, who's ready for the bag rat of Wolf Mountain?
I've been looking
I
forward
think
to this
we are.
all week.
They've been
I've
begging.
thought of my character.
Yeah,
I
good.
know the full backstory.
Totally. I
All
know
right.
what my guy's name
This
is.
gonna be
I'm writing a
perfect.
short novel on mine.
Good. Everyone get ready. Here we go. Without further ado, the bag rat of Wolf Mountain. In the prehistoric era. It's gonna play it again. prehistoric age, far before the world became as small as it is today, the village Begonia was all that existed to many people. A simple life was very much that. Sowing the fields, finding water, making children, and of course very strong beliefs in the bizarre beings that kept the bright fire in the sky where it was. Not many people had what we call intelligence back in these times. That's not an insult, mind you. They simply lacked the physical ability to absorb as information as we could. The literal truth is that their brains were very small. And so, with tiny brains and even tinier questions about the world, a lot of silly ideas were put forth. Like the world didn't exist outside Begonia, or that the water was the end of the world. One of these silly superstitions was, of course, the bag rat. The bag rat lived high on Wolf Mountain and was the end of all great things. When you reach a certain age in the village of Begonia, you must confront the bag rat and face your demise. No one has ever returned from such a place, and now your time has come to face it. Each of you must travel up Wolf Mountain in order to face your mortality. It is the morning of your departure. Good luck. I imagine we see Justin's character
Right.
flapping back the entrance to his tent. Who do we see?
Yeah, right. So, you see a very fine specimen. His name's Akatosh. He's built. He's got big, burly shoulders, giant biceps, hair all over his nose. And he looks angry. He looks mad. He doesn't look happy to be going up this mountain right now. In fact, this is a look he's got on his face every single day of his life. Because it's bloody miserable being a caveman. It's really hard. And he's been doing it longer than anybody else who's alive. He's 32 years old. And he's tired of it. He's tired of everything. And he's tired of Wolf Mountain. And he's tired of the bag rat. And he's tired of all the people. Except for a couple of other people. They're all right. They're all right. There's a couple of nice people who treat him good. They give him some nice food sometimes. Some of the gatherers, they're all right. They bring him berries and things. But yeah, everything else, it sucks. And you can see it right on Akatosh's nose. You can see
And
it right
Akatosh
there.
has good reason to be so angry.
Yeah.
Even though he's
don't-
one of the most prowful hunters in the entire tribe, he goes to meet his demise. And as Akatosh hears the call of the horn, bringing everyone into the center circle, he sees his good friend next to him, Everard.
Yeah. So what you see is quite a tall male, very what looked like used to be long blonde hair, but like Everard's been experimenting with tools recently, and he found quite a sharp rock, and decided to try cut his hair with this. Which he's very proud of him. He would if he was talking now, he would say, "My name is actually which translated into today's modern language is Everard Winthrop. I, unlike my good friend Akatosh here, cannot wait to meet my maker in the form of the bag rat. I've been waiting for this day for quite a while. I don't have quite the hunting prowess of Akatosh. I mostly chase the prey once he's hurt it enough. Could be running for bloody days chasing the damn deers down, and I bring them back, you see. Not much for the violence, very much for the reconnaissance and bringing back of food. I'm very lanky and fast."
Hey, well, Everard, someone's
Yes?
got to do it. And if I had to choose someone who was carrying back my kills, it would be you every time, buddy. You're the
you-
only thing I like about this place.
You know, you get a bad rap. People say you're violent and nasty, but you're a softy at heart, and I dare I say I love you.
Everard, I don't want to get into it right now, but
Okay.
I love you too, mate. I love you too.
We'll go face the glorious bag rat together, my friend.
Akatosh and Evren sort of reach across between a person to hold hands as the camera pulls out to reveal a third person sort of awkwardly in the middle of these two people. Wilhelmina stands with her head cocked to a side, also one of the elders doomed to die at the hands of the bag rat today. Who are we looking at?
Wilhelmina has seen it all. Not only has she seen it all, she's birthed about half of the people in this village in her hefty 31 years on this earth.
Yeah.
She's tired. She's got a scraggly wolf at her side whose name is Rocky. Mm-hmm. And Wilhelmina fancies herself as kind of the brains of this whole place. Last year, she invented something that she calls a spear, which is just a sharp rock on a stick. So she's kind of an engineer among among the village people. She just looks at these two cavemen clasping arms and she says, "All right, boys, you know what today brings. So, let's get on with it, okay?"
Fantastic!
Wilhelmina is right, of course. Her inventions had brought great prosperity to this tribe. Unfortunately, they're too primitive to realize that the spear they had was so valuable at the time. And of course, women in this day and age weren't treated as fairly as they are today in 1962. I feel like the three of you move towards the center of the sort of tribunal. It's a goodbye ceremony. And as everyone exits their tents, you see the people of your town, all of the people that you've come to know and care for and hate over the past few years. The small town of Begonia is only a makeshift number of tents in a large hut set into the base of Wolf Mountain. And there's sort of a solemn quietness. You've seen this many times before from the perspective of these children, from the perspective of these fellows. And as you walk towards the chief, who stands on a small raised platform, Chief Dong, the 16-year-old looks down at you and says, "We honor these three today. We honor Evren for his gathering mentality, Akatosh for his hunting prowess, and Wilhelmina for her unyielding passion and intelligence. And even though the spear didn't take off," and he points, and there's like a pile of spears, and like one falls over, "I'm sure that in days to come, they'll make useful firewood." And there's uproarious cheering from people.
Clever. That's why he's the leader. That's why.
Speak up, son. Use your diction. They can't hear you.
I'm trying to use my dick. Yeah.
Got this, Dong.
Thanks, Dad. I hereby bequeath that most of us here want these people to not face the bag rat, for it would mean the departure from the village. And you see some boos and like some sad yells. No, just wait. Hear me out. Thank you. Abrupt stop. I appreciate it. We are not without sympathy. And for your gifts to this village, we leave you with these gifts. Plint, Scoff, Norble, and three smaller, like one's 5, and one's like a baby. It's like walking, it's like 2, and one's like 18. Walk up with 3 bags for you. And they sort of kneel and hand them out to you. Take these, our most precious currency, 3 bags of roasted nuts, so that you may enjoy them on your way to the summit, to the face of the bag rat. And remember us as the saltiness... What? The saltiness...
You can do it.
Cough.
Speak up, son.
Permeates your lips.
Permeates.
I never heard that word, but I don't think that's a word.
Thank you. Now depart, for that there is a great journey towards your end. And know that we care for you.
I got something to say.
Yeah, of course. Everyone, you can come up here one at a time if you'd like. And he steps down.
I push him off the stage.
Ah!
So, here's the thing. We've been doing this old bag rat thing for like, for like half a century, whatever that is. I've never seen one.
Technical time is a while. A while.
A while. We've
Yes.
been doing this for a while. Thank you, Everard. I appreciate you. Thank you.
You're gorgeous.
I am sick and tired of all this bag rat nonsense, and I think that I might have a mind to take one of those spears, break the stone off, throw the stick away, and use this sharp stone to kill the bag rat. Just put an end to it. Put an end to all of this.
Akatosh.
Oh my goodness
Akatosh.
gracious.
Hey,
Come
come on, friend.
No.
Don't hear him
What?
out. He only says this because of the cowardness that is in his heart. Understand that the most cowardly people often try to make a similar proclamation, and that's not their fault. They're just cowardly. And he turns towards you. Cowardly Akatosh. And he puts a hand on your shoulder, like really getting your personal space. Even though you're the most cowardly one here, I know you won't die as a coward. Because the cowardliness that you share will come off on your travels up to the top of the mountain. Trust me. Even though you're so cowardly. And he keeps his hand down. And he turns to the people. They will go. And they will die.
Everard will hold up the nuts and be like, yes, yes.
Now, Pfeffer will take you as far as we have ever been before leaving you to the fate of the bag rat. Good luck. And
could I just address?
no, let Mom speak. Continue.
Thank you for the nuts.
You're welcome.
One last thing.
Yeah.
To echo Wilhelmina's sentiment there about these beautiful roasted salty nuts, I just want to thank you and of course Chief Dong for giving us the courage to take on this quest, and I shall be fortified by Dong's salty nuts as we go on our trek.
You're welcome.
Also, Akatosh is brave. He's brave, all right. He's very brave.
He will be brave when he dies. And Dong
I
steps
hate
down.
all of you! All of you!
The crowd like
I'm
murmurs
going to
and
come
starts
back
separating.
After I kill the bag rat, I'm going to kill all of you! You're all miserable people! Except for you,
pushing him.
Everard. Except for you, Wilhelmina!
And I feel like there's the three of you are sort of just standing in the center of the square, and sort of sitting on the stage as everyone departs is Pfeffer. You've all known Pfeffer. He's sort of a big lad, and he stands up and he looks at you and he says, "Well, I suppose we start going, huh?
Typically, yes, that is correct, Pfeffer. Well done.
Everyone ready to die?
Would you like
certainly.
a nut, Fef?
You give me one
Very
of your
generous,
nuts."
Pfeffer. Take it. It's a very generous offer.
Of course, I'll take a nut. And he holds a little, like a big meaty paw out.
Pfeffer, you see, when you send your mother to die on the mountain, and you give her a bag of nuts as her only recourse, just the only shred of comfort, and she offers you a nut, you say, "No, Mama.
No, Mama, I don't.
I
want
don't want a nut. Those are your nuts to eat
That's
before
yours.
you will die." Don't you say no, thank
Sorry.
you. Yes.
Let's go. And he starts walking. And then he stops. He's like, Akatosh, I don't think you're cowardly. Even though what you said was really cowardly, I don't think you're cowardly.
The takeaway here,
Pfeffer.
Akatosh, is you're not cowardly there. Don't.
Thank you. I know I'm not cowardly. I killed a saber-toothed tiger once.
He did. It was great.
Behind Akatosh's back, Wilhelmina's like, he's a coward though.
It was mostly rotten. I saw
If
it.
Everard catches that, he'll be like, yeah.
This way! And Pfeffer starts leading the way. He walks out of the village, and you're greeted to a familiar place, the hunting plains. It surrounds the village of Begonia.
Begonia.
Go
Get
make
it
it
right,
better.
narrator. God!
As they left the small village of Begonia, they headed out towards the plains that surrounded. Many of these creatures found solace in the hills that surrounded the people of Begonia. And as our three characters moved across the fields, they felt a longing slip away, a sadness to know that they were to meet their end on the top of the mountain. Akatosh, understandably hesitant. Everand, accepting his fate, oddly so, and Wilhelmina, like many women of the time, just going along for the ride. As the three of them reached the foot
I don't
of
have
the
anything
mountain,
else to do today, so
2 days later, the small members arrived at the bottom of the mountain led by Pfeffer. They had shared stories and memories, and Pfeffer stood before the tall gates, looking down at them from his massive height of 4'6". Well,
Tallest in the village.
Suppose this is goodbye. If it's any consolation, I hope the bag rat doesn't eat you slowly. I hope it takes its time.
Yes.
Wilhelmina puts her hand up on the tall boy's shoulder and she says, "When it comes to be your time, son, for the bag rat to devour you whole, I hope that I meet you in his belly, and that our bones are mixed together as one fecal pellet.
That's so sweet, Mum.
Goodbye, son."
And he sort of turns and walks away. And, he walks like he's got a poopy in his bum. Kind of does one of those waddles a little bit. He doesn't have one. He just walks.
This is how he walks.
Yeah, he's just how he walks. Walks the entire time. And the three of you stand before this gate that leads up a winding path towards the mountain. There's nothing you know beyond this. You don't know. No one's ever come back. All is a mystery.
Well,
Right. Okay.
shall we get on with it?
Yeah. So
How are you feeling, Akatosh?
Well, I'm kind of thinking. Yeah, I don't know if I wanted to keep this a secret, but I don't think that we should submit to this bag rat. I think we should try to kill it. I think we should gather our resources, pool our stock. Maybe Wilhelmina can craft something. Wilhelmina is an expert crafter. Remember that thing you made that a while ago? That was yeah. What was that thing? What was that thing?
That was when I took the
Yeah.
pieces of grass and I put them together and I rolled and I rolled the grass and I called it
Yeah.
grass roll. And it was I could use it to make a belt.
You
That
were
was my
always-
second invention, was belt.
Yeah.
Again, it didn't really take off, did it? I just prefer holding my loincloth up with my hand. You know?
Just staying there, like constantly tying up his pants.
There's a good trick, actually. If you hike it up enough in between one's butt cheeks and clench, the hands are free. You know what I mean?
Fef walks like that because he looks up to you so much. So,
I mean, not literally. He's feet above me.
of course.
At 210.
We're getting
Anyway.
smaller and smaller.
We should kill it. We should kill it using one of these blet things.
The
Well,
what?
Blet? Is that what it was? Blet?
A blep. Yeah,
B-L
I don't know
E.
letters.
Q
Oh,
R question mark
The number 7.
blet belt. That's it.
Oh, can they kill people, Wilhelmina? Can blelts kill people?
We'll have to do some trials. But just a moment. She pulls the rope that's twisted from pieces of grass. She ties it viciously around Akatosh's neck and she starts pulling. And then she releases. Yes, I do believe we could use them for that purpose.
Akatosh, if we help you do this, and we fail, which we will, do you then promise to give in to the glory of the bag rat with us, your friends, elders?
I think we are being taken by a passing fancy. Akatosh, Everard, consider, if we do kill this bag rat, What then will eat the bodies of our tribe's mates?
I agree.
How will we pass into the afterlife if the bag rat even can be destroyed? How will we meet our ancestors in the sky plains?
There we go, Akatosh.
I guess, I don't know. I guess I've been just, I know, it's stupid. It's stupid. Never mind.
You're not stupid. Don't do that to
I'm
yourself.
stupid.
No,
No,
don't
you
talk
guys are
down
the
to
smart ones.
yourself.
I'm the
No.
hunter. I don't have any good
I run
ideas.
long distances. That's all I do. Back and forth.
Well, it just seems like maybe, it just seems like maybe this bag rat thing, maybe it's not necessary. Maybe we can just, not go to the bag rat, and then we can have more days eating nice nuts, and just, some sort of, I don't know, I know it sounds ridiculous, but some sort of like natural process might take place where our bodies will, I don't know, reach a certain point where naturally they just start, not functioning properly. And I don't know
That
how long
doesn't
that's
sound
going to
real.
take. Well, I don't know. I told you it was a stupid idea. I don't know.
And I would
Where does the rat come in?
exactly.
Where
I
does
don't
the
know. I don't think maybe well, what if
do we throw ourselves off of a cliff after, or
maybe
What is this cleaf you speak of?
maybe there's like a bunch of like little like very very small rats that do things like eat my hair follicles and slowly make us waste away into more decrepit versions of ourselves. No, actually, that doesn't sound very good. Maybe the.
I just don't think that would happen.
No.
No, I just think we'd keep on going and living unless the rat ate us.
What was?
I-
Well, I mean,
I want to
guess
eat all my nuts.
Okay.
I do it.
Yeah, you start
Well,
eating your nuts. There's like a lot.
as you do that, Everard will look over. Well, I mean, do you remember the old adage? Give a man a nut and he has a nut. And when he eats the nut, he has no nuts. Remember that? They taught us that in
Yes.
schools.
Yeah, that's my favorite
Yes.
adage.
Well, I love that adage as much as any cave woman does, but you have to realize that there is a day to save a nut, and there is a day to eat the nuts you are given. And I'm afraid that today is the last day that eating of nuts will be permitted.
That should be the new
Because
adage.
of the rat.
Everard downs his entire bag of nuts.
And you look up the path leads along the mountainside. It's treacherous and long.
Yeah.
Do you begin the ascent?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm no
I think
coward.
we should. You're not a coward.
I'm
I
not
pick up a rock,
coward.
though.
See?
I pick up a rock and I wink at Akatosh and I say, in case we get to this bag rat
Yeah.
and we decide that yours is a good idea,
Oh.
I will have this rock.
And I shall have this stick. He'll pick up a stick.
Yeah. And I still have my nuts. I haven't eaten them yet. So we could use those maybe somehow.
That's the hunter. That's the hunter in you.
Right.
You
know.
never change you.
Oh, all right. Let's go.
And
Friend,
so the three
parents.
destined to die began up Wolf Mountain, named so because it looked like a wolf, or so they thought when they first looked at it. For no one had seen a wolf, but only recognized the name. So Wolf Mountain didn't actually look like a wolf at all, but rather just a mountain. And as the three destined to die ascended Wolf Mountain, they felt a chill in the air. Not understanding exactly what was happening because they had never felt it before, they were awfully confused. The three of them rounded a small bend to see a white flaking dust fall from the sky.
What? Have we seen that before?
Is this a bag?
It could be.
This must be the bag of the rat. We are close now, for I can tell these things.
I have a question. What is a bag?
Oh, I think it is this
This stuff
This-
must be the bag.
dust.
Okay. I don't
This-
think
So it is
okay.
a cool dust that falls
The
from
bag.
the sky.
The bag is a herald of
bag.
the rat.
Oh, okay. Well,
Don't let it touch you.
No. Oh, I think one did touch me.
Prickles my skin. It's a strange feeling.
Wilhelmina starts dodging the snowflakes as they fall.
Yeah.
Yeah, pushing
Blowing them out of her way like fucking Gimli.
We have to get across. We have to come on. Let's get.
We
to
should
the
find
cover.
shelter.
Yes.
You start loping.
Yeah. The three of you lope through the three destined to die loped through the falling snow, unsure of exactly what the snow was, until they came across a small cave. They were not, however, uncomfortable with clearing a cave, as Akatosh noted, for many creatures hide in said caves.
Right. So, remember that time I killed a saber-toothed tiger?
Oh,
yes.
yes.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah,
What
very
a
scary.
day.
I remember approaching it in its lair. It had this little mound of foliage and things, leaves and things on the ground, and it ran in there to try and jump a trap. But I remember I was very scared of its long ears.
Okay.
Yes.
That I knew that this could be my match. I might have met my day before the bag rat, but I didn't. I survived. I got in that lair and I wrestled that saber-toothed tiger to the ground, and then I snapped its neck like this. And then we had rabbit stew for some reason. I don't know why.
I love that story. I really love that story.
You're so brave.
You tell it so well.
Yeah. So now, if we find anything in here, just
We're having
remember-
rabbit stew. Hmm?
Right, and I don't know why, and I still won't know why, but I'll wrestle it. I'll wrestle
Yes, you
that
will.
saber tooth, or whatever's in
Akatosh,
there.
You slowly move into the darkened cave with your pointy stone out in front of you, when all of a sudden, blah, 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 a man jumps out with a stick. Ah!
Oh!
What manner of creature is this?
What manner of creature are you to come into a man's home?
No one lives on the mountain.
I live on the mountain.
No, you don't.
I do.
You can't.
Prove it.
You were. Who are you?
Grubble. Who are you?
Bubble.
Grubble.
Do we know of a Grubble? Did we witness his passing?
You do. You recognize the name Grubble. The three questioned whether they recognized this man in front of them, and sure enough, Everin did remember the name. He was young at the time, of course, only 29. But he vaguely remembers that a 32-year-old man named Grubble was destined to die that morning.
You
And
can't be
as you-
Grubble.
To look at this man, it seems to be him. Leave me alone!
What?
What?
Stop pretending to be Grubble. There's no way you're Grubble. He was eaten by the bag rat. I saw his passing myself.
Well, I see where the confusion comes. You three must be the newest ones to be sent up to die at the hands of the bag rat.
We
Come inside.
are.
Come, the three of you. Come.
This might be an apparition, everyone. I don't trust
I
it.
follow with my rock held high.
Yeah, it's a stick up.
Don't know what that
Yeah.
is.
He takes a few steps and turns around and he says, woman, a stick is the only real tool. A stick with a purely flat end is the most deadly thing you can have. Unless you're smart like your friend here. What did you say your name was? He says, pointing at Akatosh.
Oh, it's Akatosh. I'm
A
quite
pointed
partial
rock
to
is
the
pretty
stone.
clever too.
Right, that's
But
what
the
I think.
reach of the stick, it's incomparable. If
This-
only the reach of the stick and the
This
pointiness
is
of
what
that
I've
rock.
been trying to tell you about. With
she
this
still talking? Follow me inside. Please help yourself to any flat stick or pointed rock. I have a pile just in case. And he puts the stick in like a pile of flat sticks and like pointed rocks, like separate. And there's even like lashings between them, but none of it's connected. Come sit by my fire.
His stick.
Gonna
Just get a
update-
better
Wait.
stick.
It's a better stick.
You can make fire.
What is
How did
this?
you do this? I've only heard legends.
I'll tell you.
Are you a shaman?
No, I'm
German!
I'm no German.
Are you
Listen,
German?
There is a particular time when the sky rumbles like a hungry antelope, and then it pisses out fire. Sometimes that fire hits a bush. I call it the God Spray. When the god spray touches this earth, it sprays on all of us. I managed to get some of that god spray, and as long as I keep it lit, I know I will live. Please, sit by my fire.
I'll not sit by this sky piss.
How do you survive the bag outside?
Terrible, terrible bag.
Silly, silly, silly. I was once like you. Stupid. He points at you, Wilhelmina. Cowardly. He points at you, Akatosh. Attractive. He points at you, Everett.
That tracks.
The truth is, the bag rat that they send you up to die for, it is not what lies outside this cave. It lies further up the mountain. And I refuse to go any further, for I came to a realization. Being cowardly, like your friend here, is the only way I want to live out the rest of my days, for I have this crazy theory. See, I killed a rabbit, this massive thing with sharp teeth, and it sat there, and over time it started to fall apart, as if some sort of bag rat existed all around me.
Wilhelmina shoots a look at Akatosh. Like a tiny bag rats. All
Yes,
over.
I know it seems nutty, and believe me, the salted nuts they sent me with may have driven me nutty. What do you say? And he turns over to a sack in the corner with a face drawn on it. Still nothing? And he turns back to the three of you. The truth is that I decided it would be smarter to let the small bag rat come to me, as a coward would, than to go any further up that mountain.
This is... the fire piss? The bag rats surrounding us? You, sir! What age are you? 29? You must be 30.
Respect your elders. I'm
You must be-
32 years old. I mean, 34 years old.
4 years old.
I know.
Impossible.
No, that can't be.
That's what they want you to think. And the other two that I was with, that's what they wanted to think. That I couldn't turn around and live a cowardly life here. But look at me, I'm doing great. I'm doing really, really good.
Do you miss your friends a little bit?
No.
Little bit. A little bit?
You have the fear.
Oh, he has the fear.
I have no fear. Grubble has no fear. That's not true. I have fire. Fire is my friend, right? And he reaches into the fire.
I must say
Warming up to me.
that is formidable.
Yes, it's quite powerful. Look, stay with me. If not you two, then you, Akatosh. You're a coward like me. Stay. We can eat nuts or talk to my friend. Please.
What is this about everybody calling me a coward? I'm bloody sick of this. Somebody hold me back. Everard.
Everard will,
Wilhelmina,
very lightly
me
hold him back. Oh, you powerful, mighty beast!
I'm very angry.
You've angered him now.
Me a coward.
Oh, let him
go.
I'm going to
Your
do
lot of
something
life is
that
up.
I'm going to regret later if
don't
you
let
call
him
me
go.
a coward one more time.
You won't fall to the bag rat this day. It will be Akatosh that kills you.
I won't. I'm sorry.
Don't
Look,
you
I take
dare.
it back.
I'm
Okay,
not a
fine.
coward.
I'm
No,
the coward. I'm
here's
the
the
only
difference.
coward here.
Right. The difference between me and you is that you sit here and wait for your bag rat to come and get you. But I go out and seek it in battle with its dangerous long ears that swivel around and its hind legs and poofy tail. I seek the bag rat and I hunt it down. You sit here with your god spray and wait for the little bag rats to come and get you. No, I'm no coward. You are, Grubble. You are.
Fine. Go. Seek your destiny with the bag rat. What do I care? I have everything I need. Fiery, you look cold. And he grabs like a blanket and he puts it over the fire. That's better. Oh. Like he pulls it back and just
His
smoke
fire's
billows out
gone.
as the three of you leave the small cave. Those destined to die headed back out to the snow and ascended the mountain. They continued on for a number of hours, though they didn't know what hours were, so they called it 7 days. And 7 days brought them to a stone bridge. High in the mountains of the Wolf Mountains, a stone bridge stretches its way across a small chasm. High above the snow now, the fog thick lingers around the base of this bridge. All is quiet up here. The wind stops entirely.
This.
Sorry.
Don't worry about it.
Oh,
This-
I ate
Remember. Clench the cheeks.
Okay.
This.
Oh, sorry, Wilhelmina. You got
Sorry.
something to say? What's up?
This must be the bag rat. She points at the bridge.
I mean, look at it. So long and majestic over a precipitous fall. Yes, this is the bag
It
rat.
lies in wait for us to take our step upon its back, and it will writhe and roil and throw us into the depths, and I am ready. And she takes a valiant step forward and slowly places one toe down upon the stone bridge and waits.
Everard will walk toward him and be like, now look, Akatosh, we're not going down without a fight. And he'll start just like smacking the side of the bridge. Ah, you evil bag rat.
Yeah.
Be gone.
You show it, Everard.
And
I fair
realizing
whacking.
that no death is coming to her, she takes a bolder step, and then she starts jumping on the bridge. Bag rat, I summon you!
Her voice echoes throughout the valley, but it is quiet. No response. Except for her own voice moments later. Bag rat, I summon you! I summon you! I summon you!
It mocks us. It's calling us cowards.
Hey,
We must
nobody
walk.
calls us a coward.
Should we cross this structure? Or is it possible this is not the bag rat and the bag rat lies beyond?
Another test we have passed.
Oh, so
We
it's
are
not the bag
worthy.
rat. Okay. Do you think we'll know the bag rat when we see it?
Oh, I think so.
Earlier we thought that the things falling from the sky was the bag rat.
That was terrifying.
And then we
but that
thought
was the
that-
bag which preceded
the
I
bag.
think that was it.
Right,
I do
that's
think
right.
that was bag.
And then we thought that the bag rat was just our mortality that would just slowly, the act of what's the word?
Sort of decomposition,
Yeah, entropy.
melting away of the
That's it.
flesh.
Entropy, just this weird word rattling around my head. And then we thought it was that, but there's no way of proving that. And then we thought it was this real bridge. It's clearly not the bridge.
I am of the opinion that we must assume the bag rat will find us, and I will be ready by assuming that everything we find is the rat.
You are
I like
a
that.
visionary.
That's very, what is the word? Scientific. I think.
Scientific. Scientific.
Oh, is it
Let us-
scientific?
Yes,
Let
I
us
think so.
go.
Oh, sorry,
Let us
that's why
find
you're the
this
brains.
rat.
Okay, let's go.
Get his long stick and be like, let's go!
And Wilhelmina, followed by Everand and Akatosh, each disappear into the fog on the far side of the bridge. Through thick fog, thick as elk soup, you move up the
Long
mountain,
ears, right?
climbing higher.
Yeah, it's those two.
When all of a sudden, something lands on you. The three of you are quickly stuck together. You feel these threads pulling you together. And as the fog clears, 4 large figures walk towards you in the fog. You are captured in some sort of net device. And as these figures come, they're hairy. You can see the furs on this gray fur flecking off them. They walk towards you, each looking around, a hung sack of those destined to die.
Bag
Bag
rat,
rat!
is that you?
It is. It must be.
We defy you, bag rat.
We do?
You think we're the bag rat?
Of course we do.
Soonks.
Oh.
With a slice of a stone knife, you hear the bag fall. The clearing of the fog now sees our three, destined to die, arrive at the encampment of some small outpost. These creatures, though human, look like they are draped in elk skins and things that are not becoming of a good primitive man like the others here.
Who would do that?
No, most just stay naked, for that is the true way that the bag rat intends us. But instead, these people, I suppose, have decided that they want to dress themselves. And as the fog clears, you see that there are small huts here.
Are you all right, Everard?
I can't bear to look at them, to be honest.
So ugly.
Look at us! We will not be denied! We are the bandits of Zug Camp, a word that we invented. Now, on your feet! And with a small, spiky stone, a man walks up to you and begins jabbing your belly, Akatosh.
Hey, nobody jabs at my belly unless I say so.
That is true.
Why are you doing this to us? Why have you taken us captive? We are here to face off. We're here to fight the bag rat. Hey, why are you laughing? Hey, nobody laughs at Akatosh
Well, we're all
or his
laughing.
friends.
The
Hey.
reason we laugh is because this is our job. See? Trog. And Trog walks forward and says, "Thank you. My name is Trog. I sound like my brother Trog, but it's different, I promise you. See, 5 years ago, me and my brother and these two others came up to face the bag rat. And then we had an idea that we could get all the fresh roasted nuts if we simply waited for others to come up here. So, where are the nuts?"
Are you telling us you're 37?
Yes.
We are immortal beings, I must tell you.
Immortal? No, are you kidding? The bag rat is just above us. Why, he looks down on us daily. Sometimes the nuts go up towards it. I am worried. Daily and nightly, I promise you, I am worried about the bag rat. But see, the bag rat does not... it is not something you need to go to in order to end your life. No. The bag rat is a state of being. See, we are all the bag rat. No. And by accepting the bag rat into your heart, which we believe is right here, you have become one with both the life and the death. So, the bag rat is not the destination, but the journey. So good job. You're already the bag rat. And whatever's up there is just a simple being that we try to keep happy. Does that make sense?
He said he's the bag rat! He said he's the bag rat!
I did, I heard him say it!
And one of the other one, Trog, walks up and says, yes. We're all the bag rats, see?
Four
He's
bag
the
rats.
bag rat. They're the bag rats. You are the bag rats. The bag rat exists within each of us. This is what you must understand.
Akatosh leans back to Wilhelmina and Everard and tries to whisper, I came up here to do one thing, and if they're the bag rat, I'm gonna have to do that thing. We just need to get out of these blets that are binding us. Yeah.
I shall. Everard doesn't believe they're the bag rats, so he'll be full on like, yes, Akatosh, we shall do the thing.
If you can get me out of these, I can put the bag rat to rest finally with this here rock, this sharp rock that I've got, but it's pinned up against my side and these ropes, and I can't figure out a way to get out. So if you can figure out a way to escape,
Straight away, we'll start trying to gnaw at the rope.
that's a good idea. That's a good idea. That's why you're the brains. Come on, just a little bit more, Everett.
Also, I've eaten all of my nuts, so.
What?
Oh, me too, actually.
What about you? The one who's trying to kill us? Did you eat all your nuts?
How you doing on that? The
Almost
there.
Look, you give us your nuts and you can
wait.
leave. We don't care. If you want to go up to fight the creature at the top of the hill, you can.
Oh, look over there, some nuts.
Huh? And the rope snaps.
And Akatosh dives into action, and it's just this like bloody gore bath.
Wilhelmina
Yeah.
too.
Just
She's got a rock.
Yeah,
And
yeah. You start like
fucking up
stabbing
these
these guys in
people.
the eyes. You just like destroy the king.
yeah, yeah.
And in a few minutes, everybody's dead and just like bloody pulp.
Making me feel bad about my pendulous breasts.
We've done
Yeah.
it. We've killed the bag rat. Like Wilhelmina said. They said they had it in them. They're the bag rats. And we killed them. And it wasn't that bad. See? We're not cowards. We can
No.
all
And as
At
your
all.
voice echoes out, cowards, cowards, you hear
Hey!
from higher up the mountain, you hear
Did you hear that sound?
Yeah.
That's it.
That is our destiny.
It is
Wait,
the
no, what?
bag rat.
Well, so it's also the bag rat. And
He
Akatosh is
is-
covered in blood. Just like
He is
Carrie.
angered
oh yeah,
because
like he's like picking pieces of brain
Yeah.
off of him.
we killed the avatars of the bag rat.
Yeah.
Sorry, there's so much brain on you, I just can't stop saying brain.
And
So-
they also said the bag rat was inside them, claiming the bag rat is a tiny, insignificant being, but the bag rat is large and
He
majestic.
searched
and
all
eats
of
us.
them. There was nothing in there.
It just entrails like, no rats in here, bag or otherwise.
They-
Can you make a belt out of these?
it's so dark.
Well, okay. Well, I guess we gotta get up there and kill the real bag rat, and then we will know for sure whether or not this bag rat thing is entire. What's a good word for bullocks or?
Like poopy.
Yeah, we're gonna
Oh,
find out whether or not
poopy.
this bag rat is poopy or not. Right?
And so the three destined to die continued up the mountainside. They walked for 17 days, or 25 minutes by their watches, until they reached a small icy field of mushrooms. This field of mushrooms had various colors baked into the frozen wasteland mountainside of this bizarre mountain pass, for the wind was still up here, and the overhang provided just enough darkness for them to bloom.
Are the mushrooms growing up? We can
Yes,
pick them if we want to.
Yes.
Everard will pick one and Okay. I think. No. Is that?
Yes.
I think that's right.
Yes. Yes.
Don't ask
No.
me.
No. No.
No,
No? Is that not it?
Wait.
Okay. Oh,
that didn't smell great.
should
Do you think
I
it is an initiation? We wear it or we eat it? No.
eat?
I've never seen one of these before.
Wilhelmina picks a mushroom, the largest one she can find, and she tries to get inside of it.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Not very big.
Small
but
little pieces of flaking mushroom fall off as you
Well, if you done it at an angle,
you manage
that
to get
doesn't work
on
either.
a bracelet.
yeah,
this.
that seems right. Look, it fits. It fits. This is right. This is right. Akatosh, quick.
Oh, all right. Yeah.
He'll get the apps. He'll try to find one bigger than Wilhelmina just to be like, Akatosh should get the biggest one.
Yeah, and Akatosh tries to put it on his hand, and he's not able to get it on
Fucking
his
punches
hand.
it.
His hand is too big. His hand is it's just massive, like a dinosaur size. So he puts one on each individual finger.
But the smell is interesting, and Wilhelmina licks it.
Yeah, and you hear a voice all of a sudden from just ahead of you. And you hear it and it says, "Yeah, there's no wrong way." And someone sits up from within the mushrooms and turns towards you. And they have long hair and a beard. You can have the mushroom on your hand, or you can you can lick it. You can eat it. You can do whatever you want. And then it sits back down into the mushrums.
This is
I'll
the
let-
wisdom of the bag rat.
Are
They're
you
like,
the bag rat?
The bag rat, man. Are they still doing that? Oh, man. And he sits back down. And then he, like, takes a second and he stands back up. No, man, listen. There is no bag rat. It's all a lie, man. Like, none of it's real. It's all, like... How do I explain this? There's nothing. Like, there's no meaning to anything. All of it's pointless. It's just a series of things, okay? Just sequence of events. You can go back down, you can stay. You know, the Zug dudes are real cool. They put on a big show, but they're real sweet. One of them's pregnant, actually. They're really excited. I'm going down there later for a birthday party. It's going to be really nice, actually. They're really nice people, you know. But no, it's all nothing. It's all fake, you know. Didn't you ever question it? And you ever wonder why? You know, why they send people up here to die?
I've been waiting for this day my whole life.
Yeah, man, me too. But you know, like I got this far, and then the other guys I was with went up, and I just decided to stay here, and I feel like I kind of figured it all out, you know. I mean, these help. And he bends down and he takes a mushroom and he like bites it. I think so much clearer.
Is there anything like behind him or past him? Or is this
there's like a path that continues going up. Oh no, it continues going up.
Oh, okay.
And he sees you looking there. He's like, I know I've never been up there, but look. Stay here. Come to the birthday party. Have some mushrooms. I promise you we could spend like 7 years here and it would be great. And you could just have a good time with me. And it's all kind of just where we're at, you know?
I'll be honest. I'm kind of tired. I could I could go for a rest.
See, that's what I did too. I wasn't gonna not see it. I was just gonna take a rest here. I was gonna give up. That's right. That's it. You gotta give up. That's what this is like, you know. When you give up here, you get it because you realize that there's nothing. That all of it is nothing. You know?
Well,
give up with me, man. Come on.
We've been traveling for 35 days.
It's been a long time.
A rest, a single rest. Yeah. I could get on board with a single rest and then moving on.
Yes. Yeah. See, that's what the other guys didn't get. Everyone who comes through here, they're like, no, if I rest, I'll never get up. And they're wrong because I would have gotten up if I wanted to. But you just rest here. And don't be like all those other people who go up to whatever is up there. Nothing, you know. And stay. Because the rest will turn into 2 and 3. And then we can chill. Be great.
Akatosh.
Yeah.
Everard.
Yeah.
We've been on this journey, as you said, for some 21 and 35 and 21,000 and 21 days already. And we saw the bag, and we saw the god spray, and we saw the bag rats below.
Yeah.
And we smote them upon the mountainside, and we are here now.
Wait, what?
With our bracelets of power.
It was better if you eat them.
And we would be doing an injustice if we did not go to where our ancestors lie. To the bag rat.
No, stay. Just fuck it. Yo, you gotta, don't. That's what they want you to think. You gotta stay. Just let it wash over you. There's nothing up there, I promise.
That will not be my end, you small lying down man.
Well.
No.
Okay.
I cannot. Partly because my back hurts too much to get up.
Listen.
Nope.
I know something about back hurting. I'm 40. Okay.
Now I know you're bullshitting if you're saying you're 40.
That
Ridiculous.
number doesn't even exist.
You just made that up. It goes to 32 and there's nothing after it. 32 bag rat zoom. You're a charlatan. You are a charlatan. I'm with William all day on this, and he'll try to punch him in the face, but it's really not like.
Yeah. Oh man, not chill. All right, whatever.
Yes, and he awakened the monster.
He bends down and he awakened the monster. And he pops another mushroom. He's like, whatever. And he goes and lies down in his mushroom pile again.
Hey,
These bracelets of power must not be consumed, or they become bracelets of weakness.
That is the benefit and the detriment of finding these relics. Yes.
Bagrat tests us mightily, and we pass yet again.
and as we leave, through this mushroom cavern, Akatosh turns back to the hippie guy and he says, "Hey,
Yeah.
I would have stayed. I would have, but these two, they're my best friends, so gotta go. Seems nice what you got here. It's really nice.
Yeah.
Real
You
nice.
know, look, that's where I shit. And he points in the corner. There's a big pile of shit. It's great.
And he's
He
been
like
there
points
for
next
10
to it. There's
years,
just like yellow stained piss on the wall. He's like,
And for the
"This is
first
great."
time, Akatosh laughs. Huh,
Yeah.
nice. Ciao.
Cheers, man. And the three destined to die headed up the mountain further. And as they rounded the final peak of the mountain, they saw it. The cold snow, or bag as they say, dotted the mountaintop. It was flat, flatter than they expected. Behind it, a small cavern reached quite higher, beyond it darkness. And there, maybe 20 feet away, a rat. It was 2 feet long, perhaps. Its tail almost double that length. It had a tight little mouth and small pointy ears. And it sat there, gnawing on a bone, not 20 feet from them.
Wilhelmina, without a second thought, throws down her rock, throws down her empty bag of nuts, runs forward and dives into the snow right beside the rat and yells, "Take me!"
And for a moment, Everend and Akatosh freeze. The rat turns to you, Wilhelmina, sort of sniffs, kind of licks, and scurries away.
Don't look at her. It'll embarrass her. Don't look at her.
Right, okay.
Away, look away.
Just
We're just
Is
sleeping.
the
We're
rat
just napping.
the rat's gone?
It ran into the cave.
I was rejected by the bag rat.
No. He wants to eat you in the privacy of his cave. It'd be rude to eat you out here in the cold amongst all this bag. No, a nice warm cave to chew on your bones in there. Yes. That he wants us to follow him.
Am I not good enough
You now.
to join my ancestors in the body of the rat? She just lies on the snow in like a snow
tantrum.
angel of sadness and has a bit of a fit.
And as she lies there and the two of you comfort her, you hear heavy footfalls from inside the cave. A heavy thumping. And emerging out, you see a hairy man. He stands 6'4". What? He wears a sort of a headdress that looks like a rat head, a giant rat head. And he's holding half of a broken skull. And he's sort of scraping brains out of it, like the last pudding in the bowl. He's like eating it like this.
Oh.
And he just kind of walks out. And he has almost mouse-like features. And the rat skin hood that sort of hangs down him ripples over his like muscular chest as he sort of appears to a giant to the three of you. And as he like finishes the brains, he like tosses it and burps. And he goes, "Well, hello. What tribe are you from?"
Where are we from?
Not Zug.
No, it's not Zug.
Begonia,
Not Zug.
the village of Begonia.
Yeah.
Begonia,
Begonia,
right, Begonia.
Wonderful. Yes. And he reaches down and he scoops up a rock and he walks to the inside of the cave where you see there's like a number of names you don't recognize. One says Begonia, one says Arapur, one says Pastad, and he just puts a little check mark next to a long series of check marks from Begonia. And he's like, Begonia. He drops the stone. Okay. did you want to die quickly or chat for a bit? Or how are you all feeling? It's been a bit of a journey.
You?
Well,
Yes?
so you're the bag rat, yeah. And
Yes! I'm so... Did I not introduce myself? I apologize.
No, you didn't.
I am the bag
very
rat of
rude.
Wolf Mountain. Wonderful to meet you. Yeah, I rarely get questions and stuff like that. I appreciate that you didn't kill Eric. Eric! And he turns around and the rat comes back out.
Oh.
This is Eric. Eric, say hello to, well, I guess Begonia 1, 2, and 3 is all that really matters, right? Back inside.
Hey, we have names. If we're going to be
Yes.
sacrificing ourselves, or they're
You
going
know-
to sacrifice themselves, I'm going to fight you probably.
You want to fight me?
Well,
He's
I'm thinking
bloody
about it.
massive, Akatosh.
I know he's big, but you know, I'm not a coward.
No, it's fine. That's fine. I do special things to the ones who fight me. Look. And he turns to his side, and you notice there's like a shaved tree that's like a spike with like 17 bodies of varying decay all severed on them. The one at the bottom is like just a skeleton, and like they're slowly more and more fresh, all like piled as if it's like a gyro.
And the one
Like
on the
he
top
shaved-
is still like moving.
Yeah, the one on the top is like, oh. And he just walks up. He's like, oh, sorry, and just like cuts off his head with like 3 heavy hacks, and then rips it off and tosses it into the cave. Eric,
Everard sees that and be like, that tree and those bodies. Why are the ones on the bottom different to the ones on the top? Is something happening to them as they?
yes, they're decomposing. See, I suppose you didn't figure much out. There's a lot you need to understand about the world and the way it works. I'm 50 years old, first and foremost.
50.
I know the look. It's great
Fivli?
shape.
Fivli?
Yeah,
What?
well, I keep active.
Libdy.
Flibli.
Yes,
I can't even say it.
that's the one. It comes about 20 years after where you are 2 years ago.
Wilhelmina just screams.
Yes.
You almost did an elder twice. That you call this
Yeah.
flubli?
Shouldn't
Yes,
you
it's-
have been eaten by the bag rat?
Yes.
Well, it's a funny thing you should mention that. So, well, come, look. And he walks over to the edge, and there's sort of like a sheer cliff face there. And he says, look, just look. I wouldn't push, just look. And as you lean over, you see there's like a pile of snow, and beneath it, you see just the remains of like skeletons, decomposing bodies, just like eons and eons of like death, like centuries. You see people like clipped into the mountainside. You see people's like
Clipped.
bones stuck in a tree on the way down. And he leans back. See, when I came up here, like it's 18 years ago, well, there wasn't a bag rat per se. There was this. And he walks to the cave side, and you see written in your language, it says, "There is no bag rat. Save yourself the shame of returning. Throw yourself over the side of the cliff. Then you will reach the afterlife." And he says, but I chose not to, and feel good about it, because the number of people that have come hereafter have given me quite a bit of a job, let's say. See, I have a deal worked out that everyone comes up with nuts, because it gets quite difficult to eat up here. And, cannibalism's fine. It's not my only means of consumption, so most of the time I offer a bit of a trade. Give me the nuts, you can head down the back way. And you see around there's like another spiraling staircase back down the other side of the mountain. So long as you kept your nuts, I don't see why we have a problem if you'd rather not die.
Everard's
Yeah.
mind is blown. He's like, Akatosh, you were right. Something does happen. Your flesh falls away and your body becomes a lot of white sticks in the shape of a human. This is amazing.
So if you're saying,
I don't
Hold
wanna
on.
be right.
I know. It's
feels
quite
wrong.
difficult to understand the intricacies. Believe you me, I had to do a lot of experiments to figure it out. And he points again behind you, and there's like a rock that like has this like crude drawing of him dissecting someone and like taking apart their arms. 7 years I worked on the same human. That's what I've decided to call what we are, human. And the reason because Hugh, because the man I did it to first, it was named Hugh, and men because, well, men are just better.
That sounds about right.
So if we don't all go into the body of a rat where our bones are intermingled with those of our ancestors and shat out to become a fecal pellet to the stars,
Fecal pellet.
what happens after we die?
Well, it's interesting you say that, because there are many different philosophies. See, as Bagrat, for the last 18 years, I've allowed people to sort of negotiate their terms of deceased. As I said, they can go down the back way with a bag of nuts, or I can consume them if they decide to work against the grain and want to stay in the rhetoric that they've been so, ordained to believe. Or they can throw themselves over the side if they want to go the old way. But personally, as I've questioned them over the years, I've found a great number of different philosophies about how and why and when and what happens after we die. Some people believe that we simply perish, that we cease to exist. Some believe that we go to a great world in the sky and fight to the death in a pantheon of ages. Some believe that you go to a place where everything you ever wanted exists. And I think that truly is the man experience. It's not knowing and yet getting your fill of expressing and philosophizing what might be.
This is not the Bagrat. These flights of fancy. Everyone knows you become a fecal pellet to the stars.
Well, some
That's
do.
the only thing that
and he
makes
turns
sense.
around and he gestures again to a large pile of fecal pellets. Every single one of them I keep. Believe you me, I honor them just as they wanted. I consume them as I could consume you, and shit you out and keep you very safe and very secure. So believe you me, there is no end to my sympathies.
But you're
So
a
I have
man.
this. He picks up a giant club. Am I, though? What is the Bagrat but a symbol of the end? And I surely am the symbol of the end, for here you are at the end, and I am here.
I really wanted to see a dirty great rat.
Well, I tried to make it a little more palpable for those who decide to be.
Appreciate the effort. You
It's
showed
a
us a
lot of
pile of
rats
your
I
own
had to kill.
shit.
Yes, well, I tried, and, it's a lot of... I had to take a lot of rats to do this hat. And then there's Eric, for those who really want to be nibbled on by a rat. But he's quite the vegetarian, unfortunately.
I love Eric.
Vegetarian rats called Eric.
Yes,
Well-
so those are your options, as it were. Nuts, save your life. If not, you can plummet over the side. Or I can, of course, eat you.
Right. Well, can I have a moment to confer with my friends here?
Please, 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 please. I literally have nothing to do all day.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
We go into a
I do
huddle.
like your rock.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. So,
I don't think that's the Bagrat.
no.
No, I don't think that's him at all. Another test.
Okay.
He's
well,
very big, but Wilhelmina has that blolt put around his neck like it did to you.
right. Yeah. You think that'll
Fucking
work?
kill that
Maybe.
imposter bastard.
His neck looks bigger than I am.
It's a massive neck. It is a massive
He's
neck.
got a big, big neck. But
Size of one of my thighs.
Or consider, this is the end. What he is saying is true, in which case we need to select the way that we are to perish. And if that
Consume.
is so, well, she looks at the mountainside where all these petrified bones are just piled over centuries. There are some fecal pellets here on the mountain, but I think the majority are there, in which case I would probably go over the edge.
But then you won't become a fecal pellet.
But if there is no rat in whose belly I would be digested, then the meaning of the fecal pellet is all but lost. If I can't be intermingled in digestive juices with the bodies of my loved ones, is there ever even really a meaning to a fecal pellet after all?
If ever I thought someone would become a taut nugget of shit, it was you, Wilhelmina. I can't bear the thought of you casting yourself over that Cliff.
I'm sorry. Women are so emotional.
Yeah, for fuck's sake, buck up, will you? Come on. Well, I don't like this guy. But I'm still confused.
We're only a few feet away, but
Can you cover your ears then? That's rude.
That
we're
is
having
rude.
a private moment here. Okay?
Did you not hear the
Cover them.
music?
Thank
Bloody
you.
wanker.
Sorry, did you say something? What?
That's better.
He's not so bad, that fella.
Okay, so what you're saying, Wilhelmina, is that you want to be digested in the digestive juices of a rat and be turned into a bit of fecal matter.
Oh, and secondary to that, if it's not possible, dash my body on the mountainside on top of the bodies of my ancestors from 21 years ago.
Okay, all right. Well, I respect that. You know, you are entitled to your own opinion, and you know, you're one of the few people here on this rock that I like. But counter proposition. What if you kept on living? You just you didn't do the fecal matter thing or jump off the cliff. We found a way to, you know, stick it to him. You know, find a way to stop this, because if it weren't for him, I think no. Actually, no. You know what? It's a crazy idea. It would never work.
Oh, come on. You're a
I'm
radical
so
thinker,
dumb.
Akatosh.
I don't know. I can't think of it. Well, I think that if he stops, if we stop him, if we kill him, then maybe, just maybe, this whole bag rat thing will be a thing of the past. And then we could go out doing our things. You know, you can invent more things. You can put rocks on other rocks, or sticks on other sticks, or sticks and...
Sorry. I was listening again, and I apologize, but I don't have much entertainment here. My cable's out. What did you mean by sticks on sticks, though? That is stones on sticks.
Oh,
His mind knows no limits, like his body.
No. But he was looking at Wilhelmina when he said it.
I am an inventor.
What does that mean? Sticks on stones and all that.
Well, if you'll just observe here, Wilhelmina finds a likely stone and a likely stick, and she gestures, putting the two one on top of the other. She says, if I were to not desire this blood anymore, I could wrap them, and this becomes a new invention, something I call
that?
But Akatosh did bring it up, so we should give him the credit, even though she made it. I think that's normal.
Of course.
No, I didn't think of it. Oh, wait.
But you brought it up in the conversation. Let's not forget the important thing here.
That's usually enough for men to get the credit.
Still,
Right,
Wilhelmina,
that is true.
despite everything I dislike about your gender, I must say that this is quite an intriguing prospect. I'm rather impressed. You know, look. I shouldn't do this. But I think you kids have a long life ahead of you. Look, 32 is far from the end. All you need to do is put your minds and your bodies and your hearts to good use, and you could make more of yourselves than just fodder for a big oaf like me.
I have made more of myself. I have 45 children.
For a woman at your age? Well, you're taking your time. Look, all I'm saying is this. It's important doubling our pregnancies. I had quadruplets
Lots
every
of
time.
I had quintuplets 9 times.
Many were preebies.
Look. The truth is I'm getting older, not just in age, but also in wanting the violence and the brutality that I've so craved in my 18 years up here. And frankly, well, look. And he leads you back to the edge where the spiral goes back down the mountain, and he points to a part of the world you've never explored.
Wow.
And you see trees that are green, and you see like fire rising and smoke rising on the horizon. That is what I've pleasantly called the evergreen. I believe that's where most of the people that make it up here and decide to just give me their nuts end up. They seem to have made a new society there.
Here's a strange idea, Bagrat. what if you come with us down the mountain?
Well, damn.
Oh, no, listen. We have a lot to offer. Maybe not as a species or individually, but as a trio, we're pretty good. If the three of us join forces with you, the Bag Rat, there's not much that could stand in our way between getting from here all the way down there. And you know what? We can leave the sign up. People can still throw themselves off of the cliff. And maybe we can bring your rat as well.
Hell, maybe we could make an addendum. And he walks over to the wall and he scratches below it. Or join us at the Evergreen. And he puts a big arrow towards the back path and he drops the stone. You know, I think for the first time I feel like we're heading on the right path. All right. Come on, Eric. And Eric hops up on his shoulder. Let us down the far side of the mountain towards the Evergreen. And the three that were destined to die headed down the north side of the mountain with the Bag Rat. Yes, they faced their fair share of trials and tribulations, for they were coming down the side of the mountain that others came up from other tribes. But together, using their teamwork, their brains, their brawn, and their heart, they managed to cut their way through and follow the straight path towards the Evergreen. And only 7 days later, in the thick, dense, wooded area that they had never seen before, the 3, now 4 survivors arrived at the gates of a new civilization. Welcome, one and all, to the Evergreen. You are welcome to share our land and our water and be a part of this civilization until you are 42, and then you must see the bin dog. And we're going to leave it there for tonight.
Wilhelmina's like 8 months pregnant at the gate somehow again already.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen,
don't know
thank you
who
so
it
much for hanging out with us tonight on the Bag Rat of Wolf Mountain.
Good job. That was fun. I was so expecting him to be like, of course, we'll go, the 4 of us, down
push.
the back path, and then just fucking eat our brains out.
Yeah, but I thought bin dog was funnier. 'Cause it's like, I don't know what that means.
It's
The
good.
Bag Rat, the bin. I want like another, like instead of a mountain, it's like a hole, and they go
Yeah.
down, and there's like a guy or a dog. I don't know. Anyway,
More
you
ridiculous.
asked for it, you begged for it, and you finally got it. The Bag Rat of Wolf Mountain. I am so appreciative. Wrong one.
Oh.
I'm so appreciative for Justin and Gary for hanging out with us. It was really fun. They have been ever since we did Bag Rat 1, and then we did the sequel in 2003, and then we did the reboot, and then we did a prequel series.
It was remastered,
And
right?
it
We
was
did the
remastered,
director's cut.
and then we had the novelization,
That's right.
and then the audio drama, and
here
then
we
the
are.
podcast, and then the review podcast, and then the live re-listen podcast.
Forgot about that one.
Yeah, and then the movie,
stage show, of course.
the stage show, and the Broadway production, and then the fire, and then people needed a break
Then
from
the
it.
space expedition.
And then Disney Plus had a series, and then Bezos bought it, and now we're back with Bag Rat of Wolf Mountain. And I'm really glad that we finally got to tell the story our way.
Once
The
again,
rights
Yeah.
reverted back.
Yeah, Spielberg gave up that shit finally.
Back to
and
our
It's
roots.
back in our hands. So thank you so much. It's a story that it actually did have a surprisingly thematic,
cohesive.
Yeah.
repartee about it, where it's kind of like very incidentally we fell into this thread of like the way different people view death and the way
Yeah.
people. I was funny. It was kind of like a really stupid Green Knight.
It was. Here are the notes I had for my character.
Yeah.
Here are all the times I rolled dice.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it still felt very much like
And at the end, rather than like kneeling down, I think that's why I didn't want to do it, because it would have been too much like Green Knight. But it's like, okay, well, what if there's another thing? But anyway, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for hanging out with us. Thank you again, Justin and Gary, for jamming with us. Always excited to hang out with you guys. Sorry, it's a
you.
shorter
Great to be
one
here.
audience, but Joe is going to work in like 15 minutes. So it's a tough one for her.
Yay!
But she's doing great, and tomorrow's Thursday, so you got one more day. Oh, no, tomorrow's...
Tonight is
It's Wednesday.
Thursday's
Yep.
shift, and tomorrow's Friday. Sorry.
Bingo, bango.
Oh.
Yeah. New episode of Dice Shame. It comes out in like a few hours, and yeah, that is it from
Nice.
us. Ladies and gentlemen, have a wonderful night. As my good friend Justin always likes to say,
I'm not a bloody coward. You take that back.
he's not a bloody coward.